I'm handsome, I'm fast, I'm pretty, and can't possibly be beat.
High fly ball into right field. She is gone.
They might be going to call George Brett out.
Well, he's out.
Yes, sir.
Brett is out. Look at this. Brett is out. And
he's steaming mad.
He is out.
Swung. Fly ball deep left center. Grissom on the run. Yes! The Atlanta Braves have given you a championship.
Auburn going after it. Here's a good snap. It is blocked. It's caught on the run. He's going to score. David Wagner has scored, and Auburn is tied the game.
It's good. Van Tippen has won the ball game. Alabama has beaten Auburn.
I'd like for the people to remember me as being a winner, because I ain't never been nothing but a winner.
Welcome in to the Total Chad Sports Podcast number 86 on the list as we get ready and talk the latest around the sports world, history, pop culture, gaming, movies. I guess that's pop culture, sports, a little bit of gaming. But we try to mostly talk about what's going on around the sports world and what happened over the weekend. Please go follow us on all social media areas, TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, Straight Flexin', Facebooks. Anywhere else? Did I miss anywhere else? Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all there. You can find at Coach Grizzle, at Coach Grizzle TV. Probably should change all of that to the Total Chad Sports Podcast now, but that's pretty much how you can find us. And that's pretty much what my nickname has always been, Coach Grizzle. Do coach. I have coached. And it's just been, I guess, my last name, the Grizzle part. Someone does have the Coach Grizzle on Xbox. I will never be able to get it. So you cannot find us. You can find me on Steam as Coach Grizzle. And you can find me on certain games on Xbox. Because, like, the display name is Coach Grizzle. But the gamer tag will forever be Coach Grizzle TV. But it's definitely, I'm not able to get the Coach Grizzle name. So you cannot find me there. But you can find me on Steam. So if you do play games, you want to add me on Steam, it's Coach Grizzle. You'll be able to find me very easily. What's my picture? What do I have a picture of? Oh yeah, that's right. I got like some animated picture. It's like a cat. No, it is a cat. It's like a digital cat. Let's see here. Is there a way I can get it, maybe? Yeah, here we go. Here's my thing. There you go. You'll be able to find that. Coach Grizzle can hit me up on Steam anytime. Should be able to find it there. Be very easily. Want to play any games? I do have the Xbox Game Pass. I've got a bunch of other stuff. Steam. Got a few games that I play. 7 Days to Die has been one of the huge survival games I've been playing. I'm really into survival games. I like Valheim, even though it's like, it's just like, it's a pretty game. It's just, there's like, it's the same thing and you get into it every time. But I like the building aspect, and I think that's the problem that I have with 7 Days to Die is that I'm constantly building, and I think that's my problem, obviously, in survival games, is I'm trying to build. And of course, if you've never played this game, on the 7th day, you're supposed to build up your fortification, like build traps, have like all these things that you can make. It makes it easier for you to kill the zombies because they're crazier. Well, I was going to try to play it, and I was going to try to get through it, because I've made it through the last 3. and it wasn't that bad. But this was like 11 weeks in. It was day 77. I don't have any video of this because I deleted it because it was awful. I did not survive very long. I'll just tell you right now, I did not survive very long at all. And my traps, my walls did nothing. My traps did nothing. I'm like, now I got to put more traps out. Make like 5 layers of traps. Because I have this other area that has like a tower, and I sit on the tower, and there's tons of traps around it. And they have to go through another series of a bunch of traps to even get to where I'm at. So I think next time I don't need to go to that base, even though I've made it the last 3 times. But the issue was I started running out of ammo, and they sent this dog. It's like a demon dog, but it gives you like really good loot, and it killed me, and I didn't have any heals, and I was bleeding out. So it wasn't a very good run. It wouldn't have been a very good stream either. Like, people would have been like, "Ah, you suck." I mean, I already do. I already know that. I already know I'm terrible at video games. I already know I'm terrible at that game. But what I'm not terrible at, I'll tell you this. I'm not terrible at least picking March Madness. Okay? I know I'm better than AI. Because if you watch the Final Four, did everyone have Duke winning? Because Duke lost to Houston, where they were up 14 with like 8:21 left in the game. Then ended up losing to a really good Houston team. But how many of you honestly picked Houston, Coco Rock? How in the world does someone pick Houston? Houston fans, maybe. Not anyone around here. Not anyone in the Southeast, I guarantee you that. But Houston, 34-4, 19-1 in the Big 12. Say what you want. They represented the Big 12, and they're in the finals. They're in the final. And they'll play Florida, who Auburn was up 8 at halftime, ended up losing this game against Auburn because Walter Clayton Jr. is a beast. The man went after a loose ball with 0 time left. Could have got hurt. Could have done something stupid. Could have not been able to play in the next game. But shows you everything that he did in that game last night. To score 34. To score 34 in that game. And lead his team to the national title game, where he's going to play Houston. Duke up 14 and losing. Auburn was up 8 at halftime and ended up losing. Because they shot terrible from the free throw line. You at least hit 5 more of those. You're down 1. You hit one of those threes that you're 7 of 25 on. You're up. To give 2, just like Walter Clayton took over that game. Once Walter Clayton started getting crazy, once he started playing real effective, driving in the lane, driving, like dicing up the defense for a layup going up. Then the very next play gets fouled on a layup and 1. And then Florida just playing, like they have been all year long, playing really good defense, scoring, just shooting better. They didn't do too better from the free throw line. But they shot the 3 better. They shot from the field better. Walter Clayton went off. I thought Condon would be more of an effective player in this game, but only 1 point. Elijah Martin had 17. And a guy that everyone thought in Auburn, Tahad Pettiford, only 7 points. Should have played better. Should have played more, honestly, I think. But Mazzara had 18 and the most. Broom had 15. they were both playing injured too, or hurt, or whatever they are. Denver Jones was huge with 10, and Dylan Cardwell with 9. Chaney Johnson had 6. So two guys have played here locally, one guy. So, tough for Auburn fans. 2019 made it to the Final Four. Lost on a crazy foul call for a 3, where the guy ends up making 3 free throws in a row. Auburn loses that game. Then they're up here and just back and forth, and only scored 27 points in the second half. End up losing the game to Florida. What the heck? What the heck, Auburn? Honestly thought Auburn was going to win, but I had Florida in the bracket, and I beat a computer. So first of all, and this is what I didn't understand. I hope I flashed some of the scoring and everything for you, so you at least got to see some of it. I got friends, and they put up team. One of them had GPT. All right, ask. Now he had Duke winning it all over Houston. Then he had Auburn over Florida, and he had Duke as the winner. So ChatGPT already lost because both of those teams are out. And here it is. All those teams are out. Okay? But you got where is it? Is it in it's in the Houston Duke game. You've got an article. Who is this? By the AP. You got an article. Where was this the right article? Let me see. Make sure that's the right person that said it. Yeah, I guess it's from the AP. Doesn't say who it's from. But it's on ESPN. I'll show you. It's right here. It says, big win for AI. The huge comeback also netted 1 million win for artificial intelligence, an AI disruptor, bet a professional gambler that his program could do a better March Madness bracket, and it came down to Duke-Houston game. Even if Houston loses the final, the AA bracket will get more points in the contest, and the disruptor Alan Levy will pocket the $1 million. What? What? No. I mean, yeah, in that case, AI won, but I won. I won over AI. I'm smarter than the AI. I'm smarter than GPT. I have Florida at least in the final. I had Duke over Houston, which should have happened. But Houston versus Florida, Final Four. Nobody had it except for Houston fans, maybe some Florida fans. Who knows? All number ones, for the second time ever since 2008. And now we get 1 versus 1. We all had it right. Houston was good all along. The Big 12 is better than the SEC, or is the SEC better than everybody else? We'll see. I don't know who I would have in this game. I honestly don't know who I would pick in this game. So I guess we gotta pick, because we won't have a stream by then. Or if you're watching this, the game's going on. Or if you're watching this, the game already happened and I got it wrong, or I got it right. So we're thinking hypotheticals. I only speak absolutes. I don't do the blah, blah. I don't remember what that guy said. So, Florida 35-4. Houston 35-4. Tomorrow, 7:50 p.m. Central Time. 8:50 Eastern. Why would you start a game at 7:50? What is with that? What they got before that? Days of Our Lives? They got Dateline? What's on CBS? What kind of good shows are on CBS? Is there something better right in front of that? You couldn't just say 7:30 or 7 o'clock? Make it earlier for all the old people out there that just want to fall asleep? I can ref. I found this, by the way. An AHSA, whoop, wrong way. An AHSA, I think this is an old, this is either a wrestling one, I think this is a wrestling one. Or it's a basketball one. I think they used the same at one time. Because this is old. It's an old shirt. And they don't have these anymore. I'm gonna wear this. I'm gonna wear this to a game. And just see if I can get in. Be like, yeah, I'm here to ref. That'll be my new way. Because I don't have, I'm not a media person anymore. Because I don't do anything on my own, or I don't do anything that relates to locally, or anything of the teams that I talk about. Oh yeah, that's right. I was at the Trash Pandas game. That's right. I forgot. I did go to the Trash Pandas game. I forgot about that. Friday night, opening weekend, freaking amazing. Over 6,000 people at the game. I had a good ass time. Pandas lost 9-1 though. The Trash Pandas lost 9-1. But last night, of course I'm not at the game, so they play better. Walk-off winner for the first time this season. I think it's Guzman's like second walk-off winner. He hit a grand slam last year. And that was the time you heard the goose is loose. Dude's like 21, 21 maybe now. Maybe still 20. Guys like Ryan Williams. It's like, do you know that he's like 20 years old? Like Denver Guzman is a really good young talent. That will be really good for the Angels. Hit a walk-off 3-runner last night against the Lookouts, who all season long last year had the Trash Pandas number. I mean, I feel like every night that I went to a Trash Pandas game, they were playing the Lookouts, and every night that I went, they either lost or won in some kind of walk-off fashion. Just where it's kind of like you can kind of see the rivalry between these two teams. There's not really, like the Barons, it's not, I feel like the Barons and the Trash Pandas rivalry isn't even close to what we see here locally with the Havoc and the Bulls. Like, hockey fans are obviously a little rowdier, but like baseball fans, I've been to Barons games. Like, I feel like there's still a common, because I feel like a lot of people that live here have been to plenty of Barons games. So there's kind of a mutual respect, and I guess it's a little different. It's baseball. Unless there's like some rivalry between two players, or maybe there's something like, you know, that has happened before in a game or something like that. But I haven't seen any of that. So I feel like there's a lot of times this Chattanooga team, because it's even like that in soccer. They have a huge fan base for Chattanooga, what is it, Chattanooga FC or whatever they're called? Or SC or whatever they're called. And they pack house, try to look better. They do many night, fan stuff. They're very involved. So it's a rivalry, but I feel like when it comes to nastiness, no, when we're talking about the two teams that are in the same state, nah, I don't think so. I really don't. I mean, other than Montgomery, I really don't even think there's much of a rivalry there either. And talking about like as competitive and as kind of just nasty it's been between both teams. So it was a great night. It was great to be there. Gonna try to go on cat night, which is next Wednesday. Because usually I like to go on dog nights. Bring the bird. Bring the bird. She's not even there. Are you laying now? Yep, she's around the corner. You can't see her because she's around the corner. Got the scarf over there for the next soccer game. Not till, 4:20, which is dog night. Gonna try to bring her to dog night at the soccer game. But they don't play till the 13th of next week. So they're it's one of those weird off weekends where a team doesn't play and I think they get like 2 throughout their season. It's kind of like a bye week. And they might get more than 2, but it's kind of like a bye week. They don't do anything but practice. I bet it's a lot of engagement locally, or it's a lot of engagement with Nashville. So I don't have any, insight on that. I don't get any information on that anymore. So I just kind of go as it is, because that's kind of what it kind of was last year. It was just nothing but, the media can come by. They have practice. They won't play. They'll have practice over the weekend, probably on like they'll probably had practice yesterday, and then like the rest of the week's just like, all right, now it's practice again, prep for. Then maybe some of them be able to got home. Maybe some of them got called up to see what to practice or doing something around Nashville. It depends on what's going on for them. I'm sure a lot of it was a lot of local stuff because they were at the Greater Humane Society here, which was a great thing, and they're partnered with them, and so are the Trash Pandas as well. So that's the reason why Dog Night is very special to me. Dog Night's very cool to me. Family being involved in with the Greater Humane Society, being able to support them and do everything for them, because every donation goes back to the Humane Society, and it's to help fostering, just care alone, the vet care that they have. So there's a lot of things that the money goes to, and it comes back. So it's just nice to be able to give back. It's nice to be able to do those types of things that are more than you, and just to be a good person and just continue to help the dogs and help the cats. Because we love both, and the guinea pigs and the rabbits and the whatever else animals, I think, other than horses that people just kind of give up. Wow, it is storming. If you heard that hit right there and kind of scared me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, they got the dog up. Lady Bird, what's up? It's fine. It's not a big deal. You weren't gonna go outside either way. Yeah, you don't go outside. Do you ever go outside? Not when it's raining. No, you come right back in. Yeah. Come here. You want to help? You want to talk about that? Because I don't even know if they're going to have the game today. They have a game at 2:35 today. The Trash Pandas. I don't even know if they're going to be on playing. No, what are you doing? Come here. Come here. You have to come over here. They want to see you. Come up. Come on. Everybody needs to see the bird. What are you doing? There. Oh, my goodness. There it is. There's the bird. There's the bird. Let's see if we can get that off there so we can see the bird. Hold on. Let's see. There she is. She wanted to be a part of the podcast. She just wanted to be a part of the podcast. She just wanted to make her statement. She wanted to give her... She wanted her 15 seconds of fame. Hello. Look at that smile. She's like, Dad, the lightning hit. I know. Or thunder hit. You're fine. You're going to be okay. Yep, you're going to be okay. You're going to be just fine. Thanks. Thanks for helping. Thanks. You're a good dog. Everyone knows how good you are. Yeah. Everyone knows. That's a terrible face. Why would you do that to me? That's not nice. That's not nice. Why would you give me a face like that? Like you know. Yeah, get down. Down. Bag. It's like a sand. It's just a heavy sandbag. That's her. She lays in the... She lays outside in the rocks, and the sun's out. She's just big old brown sandbag. She's just laying there. Chilling. No, it doesn't move. Maybe rolls around occasionally to scratch her back on the rocks. But she chills. She's an absolute chilling girl. Another thing that was absolutely cool about Trash Pandas Night, and everybody knows about this, they've been doing this since last year. I don't know how many other teams do it. This is the greatest thing ever invented. Pay $15 the first time, and then it's $10 the rest of the season. The rest of the season! You can bring it back, refill it. I'm hooked. Being a fan, I'm a fan. I'm just gonna be a rowdy fan now. I try to keep to my own. I just walk around and watch the game. I love baseball. I've always wanted to be around a baseball field. Life put me in a different direction. The moment that I was a media person, I wanted to be on the Trash Pandas field that day. I was hoping that in any way, I applied, but I got another job. I would love to work for them. I'd love to do something for them. I just love to promote them constantly because I love the Trash Pandas. I love being, when they were the Huntsville Stars, as a kid, getting out on the field, being able to be around the players, getting to do the mascot, being Homer for the last got to do like a game or two. But when they had the last 15 games at home, they were going off to Biloxi, and then they had that season before. It was fun. It was great to be back, taking my little brother before he just did not like baseball anymore, and now he's at basketball games. Getting courtside seats, by the way, for the Hawks game against the Jazz. Today, yesterday, whenever you listen to this. He's going to be courtside. My mom asked him, because she told me, my mom asked him, because I said, why didn't you invite me? He said that I wouldn't buy courtside seats. Which he's right. He's right. I'm a cheapo. I would not have bought courtside seats. But I'm not much of a fanatic like he is. He loves the Atlanta Hawks. I appreciate the Atlanta Hawks. I guess I got to step my game up, and we got to get better seats next time we go to the Falcons games. Because they'll just be like, well, these suck. Did you know that I got courtside seats? I'd be like, oh, yep, you're right. He didn't have to call me a cheapo, but, I mean, he kind of knows me. I guess he kind of knows me. I wonder how much those were, too. That's probably a lot of money. I bet, let me see. Let me look on Ticketmaster. I don't want to have to go through. I hope it doesn't. Let's see here. Atlanta Hawks, 7 events. Find tickets for the Atlanta Hawks versus Jazz. We're about to compare ticket pricing of what I would have bought versus what my brother bought. All right, so he got courtside. Let's just say he bought this. Oh, not bad, $450. Now, I would have paid for that. I would have done that. That's not terrible. How much are these? Doesn't say. Doesn't say. Oh, here we go. These are better. Here we go. Holy shit, I don't think he paid for those. I don't want to rule it out, but I don't think he paid for those. I would definitely not have paid for those. Yeah, I would have paid the $450. The $450 ones. That's not terrible. Corner. See the whole game. Those, though? God, no. Plus the fees? What's the tax on that? Is that another $200? See, like, right, look at that. $4,750. All right, those are $6,500. Right behind it is $700. Right behind that is what? The resale ticket on that? Now this is where I would have bought. This is where I would have bought. And we have, I'm pretty sure we were in this same section. Right there, baby. Right there. $37. Get to see the same game. It's probably better on TV. They have AI now. See, the thing is, I get it. You got money, spend it. But, like, if I spend $37 and I go to this game, I'm sitting, like, up here maybe. That's, like, $58. I'm sitting up there, at least. But I'm not sitting there the whole time. Especially if you're going with me, we're not sitting there the whole time. There's more shit to see. There's more things to do around the area. That's the reason why they make these stadiums and these arenas with interactive stuff to do. Like, I get it. I sat through the entire NFC Championship game with the Falcons and their run. And then I sat through, because they're both wins, obviously. But you can see the game going on the entire time. They got TVs everywhere. I try to see what's going on throughout. Like the Braves. It's a slow enough game. You can do everything that's going around the stadium and kind of interact. But it's a lot cheaper ticket, too. And it's like, I kind of want to see what they have, what they offer. I got to go around and see the little attractions and the little, like at the Atlanta Falcons games, you get like 2 bars. It's like, it's kind of a cool concept. You can do the same thing at the Trash Pandas games. And I've talked to a couple of people at the Trash Pandas where it's like you're out in the outfield and you put like a 2-story bar or you put a bar out there, right? We've talked about this. And where people can kind of hang out around. And it just like, it's for the adults. And you go out there, it limits the kids from throwing baseballs back and forth in the little sand pit they have. At least put some seats out there where people can chill. You make it a general admission ticket because it's not as a good ticket as right behind home plate or around the rest of the stadium. So, like, it's a good concept. They have a lot of things in play that I can't talk about. I'm sure there's going to be some things in the future, but there's going to be some things in the future, especially at that stadium, which I feel like should have already happened before, but you had a lot of failed promises, and a lot of things didn't get finished. A lot of things didn't either happen or develop, and so you didn't have what you have out there right now. And what they've moved around since last year and what they're doing, what they're trying to do for the future and what they're doing right now, it's great. It's a great concept, and it's still one of the most beautiful ballparks, and it's still just a great place to be. So I love being in that type of environment. I love being at that stadium because baseball's always been one of those types of things. So we went a little squirrely brain. We went off on basically on my brother because we were going down memory lane talking about the Huntsville Stars and all that kind of stuff and how awesome it was as a kid and to be able to bring my little brother and bring my sister and everything like that. It was a really good time. It was very sad to see the team go. And now the same baseball stadium where the Huntsville Stars played obviously is where HCFC plays. It's a little different now. It's still a cool concept, but soccer's a little slow. It's a little quiet. It's not as very interactive because the crowd's not going crazy like they do in other countries and everything like that. That's the reason why I need noisemakers. I need things. I need stuff going on all at the same time. I need craziness. I need the fans to go wild. I need chants going. You know what I mean? Like there's got to be something where the entire team gets into it. So they need to develop something like that where the entire crowd is like singing a song, where the crazies start a song and everyone else starts singing it. They need to start developing where the fan groups or the fan group, the Huntsvillians, where they, and I think there's like 2 others where they start talking about that. Where they start having that development, where it's a constant crazy game the entire time, where it's something playing the entire time. And they do a great job in their section behind the goal, but they need it where the entire crowd's doing that, where the entire crowd is having a good time and developing into that. So it needs to be from the PA to everything else. So there's a lot of things here locally that's like great, because what the Havoc do, everyone's involved. Everyone knows hockey. Everyone's involved. It's a fast-paced game, but you can also play things. You play music throughout. You can pump up the crowd. There's delays, there's stoppage, like there's all of that to make some kind of entertainment. And that's the reason why baseball is so much fun and does the same thing, is that baseball has so much entertainment. Just having Sprocket out there, having the astronaut race, everything like that. That's the cool concept behind all of that. So there's a lot of things to be able to do. I mean, I got to do like a little bit of entertainment during the Huntsville Stars. You know, having people be able to throw out the first pitch from all these other different organizations and everything, like kind of having that development where you're interacting the fan even more. And so it's a lot of fun. It's great. And it's just something that we're going to see for a long time. And it's going to be, it's really a good thing here locally that I enjoy. I mean, I'm not like everybody else. Like I love baseball. It's maybe a slow sport for everybody. Baseball has just kind of always been my thing. Because I didn't even pay attention to the Braves last night. I don't care. 1-8 on the season. Lose to the Marlins. Literally do the opposite of what you do the night before, where you explode for a bunch of runs, got a bunch of hits, to where you get 3-hitted. I mean, I think they got 3-hitted. Did they get 3-hitted in this one? 7-hitted. Sorry, I got it mixed up. The Trash Pandas were the one that got 3-hitted in the first game, and then they come back in the... It's just crazy to be able to hit a Sonny DeShera hits a oppo in the 8th, being down 1, and then have Guzman hit a 3-run shot, already hitting a grand slam the year before. And like I'm saying, the dude's talented. But the Braves gets 7-hitted, 0 runs, lose to the Marlins. Got to figure it out. Guys got to hit Guys can't have slumps this early. But, I mean, I guess they can. Yes, they can have this early because you're going to have the same thing. Everyone's talking about it where it's like, oh, stop worrying about it. It's early in the season. It is early in the season. The Braves were like 44-44 at the All-Star break and ended up winning the World Series. The Braves started 0-4 that year. Now, no team has, I don't think, ever obviously won the World Series, but I don't know if they've ever made the playoffs, but I think they still have a good chance, especially with the format. And I still think that they could do damage within their own division, obviously, once everybody starts coming back. Strider at the end of the month, right? Acuna at the end of May. Murphy's rehabbing. He had a home run for the Stripers. Strider's been pitching for the Stripers. You got Ronaldo Lopez coming back. So the only problem is, like games like last night, you can win games like that last night. Your pitcher can give up 3 runs like that. On 7 hits, he had 6 Ks over 4 innings. I think guys need to go a little bit longer. Suarez had 3 innings and only gave up 1. But you got to give the guy something. Because before we start blaming the bullpen for the first 2 series, when are we going to blame the bats? When are we going to blame everyone that's not hitting right now? Harris 1 for 3, Albies 0 for 4, Zuna 0 for 4, Olsen 1 for 3, De La Cruz 1 for 4, Riley 0 for 4. Greg Baldwin went 2 for 4. He was the best one out of the entire team. And this is a rookie. Get out of here. Especially against the Marlins. The Marlins are teams the Braves beat all the time. What up, Rick Shade? What up, baby? We got woke up by a storm this morning. And we decided to be the storm. I am the storm, brother. We decided to get on and talk a little bit about this. We were going to do at least an hour of the podcast and we were going to play some kind of game. I don't know yet. Bro, and if I haven't clipped it yet and put it on YouTube, I still need to do that. We talked about this in the last podcast. If these torpedo bats are so great. What's up, JP? If these torpedo bats are so great, then how come the Yankees haven't been dominating throughout the entire spring training? Why haven't guys been hitting for crazy numbers in spring training? Right? No, I agree with you. I totally agree with you. Ozuna and Olsen hit back-to-back last night, and not a single one of them used a torpedo bat. The Yankees played the Brewers, who are absolute dog shit. And it's early. It's early. The Dodgers, okay, and the Padres have finally lost games. Everyone's going to lose. You're going to lose a few games. If you can get back to even and then make a run and then really have mishaps this early, like have what we call slumps this early, like teams are going to be fine. Let's see here. Let me look at some standings. By the way, I've got two sets of coffee. They're both medium roasts. Those are going to be the new coffees. Obviously, I'm going to be drinking on the next podcast because I didn't have time to make any this morning. I'm going to make some after I'm done, though. I probably should make some right now, though. But we're going to finish the sports side of the podcast first. We've got 2 Black Rifle coffees. We have the bourbon with the bear on it. It's a medium roast. Pretty good. I've had that. But then I was getting low, so I bought another one, and I've had the Spirit of 76. They're not bad, and I've had it before. So, really good ass coffee. I like it. I just like black coffee. I don't put anything else in it. I just make it and I drink it. I don't do iced coffee. I don't do a bunch of cream. I don't put sugar in it. Like, I just don't do that. See, I do that, but I think I get a little ahead of myself, and the cream and the coffee doesn't sit well. You know what I mean? Know what I mean? Know what I mean? I mean, the coffee already does that to people already, but the cream adds a little extraness to it. Makes my stomach curdle, and it's not good. And it's not the cream curdling, if you know what I mean. It's a lot worse. But torpedo bats. Let me get slow down a little bit about torpedo bats. I really think this is a wrestling. I really think this is a wrestling one. It's either a wrestling one or a basketball one. It's pretty dope. I found it. The thrift store. Thrift store find. Let's go. Also had this was a thrift store find as well. I think it's like this hat is like $30 at the store, trash panda store, 35 maybe, and it was found at a thrift store. Actually, this might have been on at Three Tails for the Great Humane Society, because people donate stuff, and I think it was just we found it. Go check out my YouTube channel. Be a part of the Discord. You can be a part of the YouTube channel, like and subscribe, whatever. Doesn't matter. Right. And it's going to be, here's the thing. You got the Cubs, the Cardinals, and the Brewers right now. The Reds and the Pirates. The Reds might make a run. Sometime the Pirates were like 3-0 last year to start the season. And everyone was going crazy when the people will just buy into like one year of just craziness. And then it just starts, and then the world starts getting right with itself. Right? The Rangers right now are still on top of the West. The Angels are playing really well. They were like 3-0 or something like that when they started. The Angels were winning early. The Yankees are up 6-2. They have, other than the Phillies and the Dodgers are 9-1. The Giants are 7-1. This is the same team that won like 100-something games and ended up flopping on their face in the playoffs. The Padres are 7-2. The Dodgers are going to be the Dodgers. They spent the most money in baseball. They're going to win championships. Can you not see how that translates into other sports as well? Ohio State spent $25 million and won the national title. You spend money the right way, you win championships. Look at the Eagles. You spend money the right way, you win championships. Or you just get lucky. No, we're not talking about the Dodgers. The Dodgers are dead to me. Okay? Yeah, of course. And they're going to get all that love internationally. And that's the thing about baseball that I like. It should always have been about how to grow the sport internationally even better. Do it like basketball does. Do it like hockey does. Football's trying to do that with the flag football thing and allowing NFL players to play in the flag football thing. But baseball, it's like, that's the thing I think that's kind of worrying some in some cases in a American sport. You have in basketball the last 5 MVPs are non-American players, and the American player just doesn't care. Edwards has said that, like, people just don't want to, like, John Morant just wants to sit here and show finger guns all over the friggin' place and go crazy and not learn. And it's like they don't even want to be the face of the league. They don't want to be the guy. And it's like baseball. The face of the league the MLB should love that Ohtani wants to be like, or should be the face of the league. Acuna, face of the league. Right? But shouldn't it be like Aaron Judge, face of the league? The only thing that I'll agree with the Yankees shouldn't be Freddie Freeman with the Dodgers. These guys are not polarizing. These guys are not what the media wants, what the media loves, what TV markets and all these things that what they want. These are old. It's a great Men in Black line. Old and busted, new hotness. Old and busted, new hotness. But old and busted is like the core of what you have in baseball. And it's not, I feel like it's not promoted as good. Derek Jeter, it was like, even as a kid, there was a poster, there was this, there was commercials, there was everything. Yes, Chisholm is great, and he should have been a Atlanta Brave. AA is a moron. Jazz Chisholm wanted to play for the Braves. He wanted to play for the Braves. And he's playing. He's playing for the Yankees. Exactly. Because there's so much tied to... Here's the thing. There's a lot of tie to anime, pop culture, especially pop culture. Just not so much anime. Guys watch anime. A lot of people watch anime that play sports. But a lot of guys like Pokemon. That whole back and forth with the Pistons and the Pacers with two players, where it's like it's like you play with Legos. It's like you play with Pokemon cards. You know what I mean? Like guys my age that are 35 to 40 right now, or 30 to 40, that range, are the assholes that when I go to Walmart and I occasionally go, I might want to buy a pack of Pokemon cards. I might want to buy a pack of baseball cards. These assholes are already there with their shopping carts with 12 boxes already and took all the good boxes away. Or took all the good 10s away. Or the same jerks or kids that are running around ripping the little paper out and taking the holographic one out and then running away. It's messed up. Make it fun for the kids. You're a grown-ass man. You're playing with Pokemon cards. And that's what like most of these guys are doing. All these guys have podcasts now. All these nerds, all these losers have podcasts now. They have sports podcasts. They all talk about the same thing. It's just they're polarizing. They're popular. They're professional athletes. They're celebrities. Look, you feel attacked. This whole tin has Pokemon cards in it. I bought one tin because nobody else. I couldn't find any other ones. Actually, I wanted this one because it was fire and I think earth or something like that. I got cards. Look. We got cards. I wonder if I can put it on the camera. It's not close enough. We got cards. We got cards for days. I'm trying to get some things to put them in. They have some binders that already have like the little card things for them. I found a ho-ho. That sounds so wrong. I found a ho-ho. All right. And wasn't it, I don't think it was in the 10. I think it was in the little $6 pack. I could easily do one of those types of shows. I mean, I could sit here and do the little Pokemon card thing like people do. I think it's cool. I grew up on it. I still have Arceus, what's it called? On my Switch. Really cool concept, by the way. At the school I was working at, they had a gaming competition, which I don't understand why they don't have a gaming team, because we have a ton of nerds, and I'm a nerd, and I would love to be the coach of it. But we used to have a gaming team, but we have a ton of like people that love video games, and they had Mario Kart, Just Dance, and Super Smash, and I wish I could have played Super Smash and totally dominated. I would have gone in there and wrecked everybody. You know what they said? And it was so typical. When they played, there was 3 Kirby's. Kirby. There were 3 Kirby's. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. But I honestly believe it, though. Kirby's like the easiest character to play with. But Kirby can be beaten. I've been beaten many times as Kirby. So I understand. But yeah, all these guys, all of these players, there's a tie into all these types of things. Anime, pop culture, Pokemon cards, like all that kind of thing. And I'm the same way. I'm the same way. I play video games, right? I'm through that culture. I grew up through all the best consoles and gaming, and then online gaming, and then you grow older and you get a computer and you play even more games and you find other types of games and you get into other types of genres. You sit here and play survival games till 5 o'clock in the morning because you are damn devoted to get your supplies in Valheim. You die 27 times in the plains and not learn that if you just exit out of the game, you won't get killed. But you get cocky and run down the side of an island and get stung by a damn deathsquito. Like, we sit here and talk about this, whether it's sports, gaming, history. We've done all of that. We enjoy all of that. We just try to be entertaining. We just try to be fun. We don't want to be all, like, stuck up. We don't want to be about ourselves. We implement a chat. We let everyone be involved in this. We support others that stream. Rick Shade streams. Let's see if my shout out even works for him. It may not. Yeah, it is. Boom. Boom. One of my favorite buddies from the Battlefield days. Awesome, dude. Are you playing any Delta Force? But look, back to what we were talking about. The standings. You got the Tigers in top of the Central right now. But when I was talking about the Central, the NL Central is always the same. It's always the same. It's going to be one of these three teams. One of these three teams is going to come out of here. You're going to get two teams out of here. You're going to get two teams out of here. Maybe three. You might get three out of this one. If the Braves can do something, maybe the Marlins are better this year. I don't know. I don't think you're going to get more than one team out of the Central. Out of here? Depends. That's very competitive. That's a very competitive league right there. Here? Who knows? I feel like it's just like I said last year. Both Centrals are the same. It's either one team, maybe occasionally a second team will pull out of it. I doubt it, though. Here, it could be any of these two teams. The Astros are still down here. But they got rid of a lot of people, too. They let a lot of people walk. They're doing the same thing. They got a young team. The Braves have a young team on a lot of deals, but a lot of injuries. And if not, one of the worst teams in baseball, other not named the Rockies. Because I still think that the Rockies are slightly worse than the Braves. But I'm not ruling that out. Brewers made a single-A team with the new stadium in town called Wilson Warbirds starting in 2026, replacing the Mudcats. That's dope. I miss being a Brewers affiliate, to be honest with you. I do. Yeah. I would love to see their stadium, though. I would love to go there and see the stadium, though. Yeah, I miss being a Brewers affiliate. But you see all these guys for LA that have been through, that I've seen in the last 5 years, that are playing right now for the Angels. Kyron Paris winning walk-off hits. Logan O'Hoppe hitting home runs. Zach Neto coming back. Like, there's a lot of good talent. This Christian Moore kid from Tennessee, like, they're going to call him up eventually. Tucker Flint, Cole Fontenelle, Denver Guzman. These are names you're going to know. Nelson Rada, who's playing for Salt Lake. Like, you're going to know these names. Miles Emerson, Mac McCronsky, if he gets a chance. But Miles is really good. Like, 3 of their players, too, I think that are pitching are, like, top prospects as well. Like, these guys, I'm saying all these names because I've seen a bunch of different names that have come through Huntsville. J.J. Hardy, Corey Hart, Ryan Braun, Prince Fielder, Ricky Weeks, Orlando Arcia, Ben Sheets. Who else? Trying to think of some other ones off the top of my head that I can remember. There's one that's not coming to me. Oh. What's his name? Jimmy, oh man, what's his name? Wilson? No, Jimmy Nelson. Man, that kid was good. And then he just kind of got hurt, could never figure it out. Yeah, I try not to be that guy. I've been a media person for the last 4 years that they've been a team, and then this 5th season, I'm now a fan. So I did drink a little bit. I did have a good time. I enjoyed myself quite a bit. But I'm not going to get crazy like that. I still keep in touch with Andy Shatsley, the manager. Awesome guy. So it's fun to be at the ballpark, man. We keep going back to the ballpark because we keep talking. We just kept going more on about baseball. But I was telling earlier, if you didn't listen to the podcast, you'll listen to it earlier in the podcast. I was talking about how, just being at the ballpark is one of my favorite things to do. I love being at a baseball park. Ballpark hot dogs, beer, nachos, enjoy yourself, dog night, you know what I mean? Special giveaway nights, stuff like that. Just a good time. That's why it's like, I want to go to other ones around here. I need to make a trip on a Saturday and Sunday night, especially now. And go to Birmingham, go to Montgomery, go see the Barons, go see the Biscuits. Probably go see the Klingstons, but Columbus, I'd have to go to Auburn. And then go to Columbus. That'd be fun. I never went to the Mississippi Braves, and I kind of wish that I had. But I want to go to the Klingstones because I want to get one of those hats. I want a Klingstons hat. I mean, I could buy one, but I want a Klingstons hat. Probably will end up getting one. I always wanted, they had the Florida Fire Frogs or something like that. They had one team like that. And I always wanted that hat. Yeah, I love watching the Trash Pandas, man. They have the best stadium. They just need to add more things to it, and they will. But that and it's just hard when you've got. They've never been good when it's professional. If they ever have a professional team here, it will never work. The growing population kind of helps, but not everyone's a fan of that. Everyone's a fan of Alabama and Auburn. They're going to spend their money there. That's where the majority of the money is going to go. They go here because a lot of people are fans of the Braves, or they're fans of SEC guys. They're fans of local guys. They'll come to those games because guys will be playing for them. The Havoc, because it's such a weird population of people moving from other places here. It's a huge hockey town. I mean, it really is. It's always has been. They'll love it to death. And so, there'll be that Nashville affiliate, technically, because it's so close, but they're not really. You'll have, little leagues with Nashville on the front. Or they'll have, a Nashville Kids League that comes down to Huntsville occasionally. And that's, something that's affiliated with them. But baseball, soccer's one thing, baseball's another. People have always liked baseball. But it's minor league baseball. It's like that every week. Tuesday and Wednesday can be a hit or a miss. Especially Tuesday is kind of a miss. Not a lot of people are there. It's not full. Friday, Saturday night, boom, 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 boom. It's like that. But they do a really good job entertainment wise and everything. So like both of those things work. Those things fit. Hockey, it's more spread out. You get every weekend. You might occasionally get a Thursday night game. But you're mostly close to the weekend where people are going to go out. So whether it's a Thursday night game and you go in the Friday morning, or it's a Friday night, Saturday night game, or maybe a Sunday afternoon game. Because I like the Sunday afternoon Trash Panda games because it's end of the weekend. It's at 2:30. You get out about 5. You know, you're already going to go like wind down and eat dinner and then go to, you know, kind of chill till you go to sleep anyway before you have to go to work. So, I mean, that's the cool thing about some of these Sunday night games is that, or these Sunday afternoon games is they're so early that, you know, it's actually pretty reasonable. I definitely want to. I've never been to a Nashville Sounds game, and I definitely want to go to one of those too. There's a couple other teams I'd like to go see. I'd have to, you know, make a drive to it. But let's see. What was anything else before I was gonna pop off? Gonna finish up with On This Day in History, and then we're gonna stop the stream. But I think we're gonna stop it on YouTube, and we're just gonna keep rolling on Twitch. So this is your chance to stay on Twitch and keep rolling. We're gonna play a little bit of 7 Days to Die. Maybe 7 Days to Die. We're probably gonna play 7 Days to Die more than likely. We're gonna play something though. But when we're done with On This Day in History, yeah, Masters. I totally forgot. Yeah, I was probably gonna do another stream before then. I didn't really talk about that. It's the beautiful game. It's the Masters. It's that time of the year. It's gonna be fun. I'm not a golf fan, but when the Masters happens, I'll watch it. You know what I mean? I still think it's one of those types of events that, you know, you don't really care so much about, but you watch it anyway. It's like the Daytona 500. Like I'm a NASCAR fan, right? And I actually found, this is a cool thing. I actually found 2 original die-cast cars of Dale Earnhardt Jr. at the thrift store. And I'm going to try to find some more because I thought that was really cool because they don't make those cars anymore. They don't make cars as heavy, and they don't make it with the metal, and they don't put like rubber tires on it anymore. It's all plastic, you know? So it's pretty cool to be able to find stuff like that. Like, I like NASCAR. I liked NASCAR when I was a kid. I was a big Rusty Wallace fan, you know, and it's just one of those sports. It's like one of those events, like the Masters is one of those events where it's like, I have to watch a little bit of it. Even though I don't watch it enough, I have to watch a little bit of it. Daytona 500. I don't watch enough NASCAR now. I want to watch it. Talladega. I don't watch enough of it now. I want to watch it. You know what I mean? It's one of those events that it's, unless you're a big fan of that sport, which I never was a big fan of golf because I'm not rich and I don't play golf, and I've never been asked to play. Well, I mean, I've been asked to play golf, but I only hit with left-handed clubs, and it seems to be kind of a non-common thing to be a southpaw. So, you know, I've never really done it. I've done putt-putt. I've done putt-putt plenty of times. I know how to putt. I've played a lot of Tiger Woods 2003 or Tiger Woods 2007 or Rory McIlroy or PGA 2K23, I think I played. So, I mean, I've played golf, or I've been around golf. I've done a couple of golf events, but I never got a chance to really, like, play golf. Yeah. It's just one of those events that, at least, it's like the Indy 500. I don't know shit about that, but I guarantee you I'll pop it on TV one day and be like, all right, I'm going to watch it. It's like when it's on, and be like, I'm obviously going to watch it. It's just one of those events that you kind of have to watch. It's one of those sporting events. It's like the Preakness or like any of the races where it's like, I don't know shit about horse racing, but I'm going to watch that one. You know what I mean? I mean, the Kentucky Derby, like or the Lady Bird. But I'm not going to do that. I'm sorry. I'm just not. I'm not good on that. Not good on that. So, yeah. I mean, yeah, because people gamble it, people enjoy it, it's entertaining, it lasts like, what, 10, 15 seconds? I mean, the Derby is like literally the one that everyone watches, right? There's a bunch of other races before that. But like, It's like watching UFC. It's like, I don't give a shit about the prelims. I don't know any fighter other than the main event because they've been thrown in my face promotional. And it's like watching UFC and you're like, all right, well, I don't know it is. Like Holly Holm and Ronda Rousey. I thought that was great. That was an amazing fight. I didn't give a shit about any of the other people fighting before that. You know what I mean? It's like even all the years past, knowing all the other fighters, I didn't give a crap. I wanted to see Brock Lesnar break Frank Mir after he tried to break his leg in the first fight. You know what I mean? Like, I don't give a crap about anything else other than that last fight. It's like I might watch the last day of the Masters, but I'm gonna watch the Masters. Who's even, let's look. Who's even best bets for Masters? So, Roy McIlroy at plus 750, Xander Schauffele at plus 1100, John Rahm at plus 1200. You got Scheffler in this? All right, let's make a bet. Just who's better? Who am I going to go with? Let's see. Let me look at the full parlay. Let's see. I'm going to go with, you're going with Scheffler. Okay, so it's let's see, David Thomas at plus 2,200, Bryson DeChambeau at plus 2,000, Scheffler at plus 550, Ricky Fowler at plus 1,400. Oh, this is last year. Hold on, this is last year. Hold on. This is a dude that bet this. Never mind. Let me not get people wrong. Oh, this is from Sportsline too. Hold on. Let's see. Scheffler to DeChambeau, right? Yeah, we would think. Koepka, Kirk. Of course, I said Fowler. I can't bet on Ricky Fowler. All right, you're gonna go Scheffler. I'm gonna go with Brooks Koepka. I'm gonna go with Koepka. Always been a big fan of Koepka. I go with Brooks Koepka in this event. DeChambeau, I feel like he's good, but this is a small course. You know what I mean? Oh, that's a really good list. Dusty J, baby. Good old Dusty J. Dustin Johnson kind of just fell off a little bit, didn't he? Let's see here. Anything else? Oh yeah, I was gonna show everybody that walk off. I didn't show anybody the walk off when we were talking about that Denver Guzman walk off. Check this out. Shit was wild. Where's the other one? There you go. Need to make sure it's right real quick. Or I flip it over. Here you go, ready? Wow. Goodbye. Left foot shot, slams the back. 3-run walk-off. 3-run walk-off. 3-run walk-off. I don't understand. It's a good time. That was cool. That was dope. That was pretty dope. That was pretty dope. Dude hit a walk-off grand slam last year. I think that's his second walk-off ever. He's like 20. He's like 20 years old. Let's see here. Do I got anything else? Let's see here. I was gonna talk about. This is what I didn't even talk about this. I had it ready, but I didn't have it played. I was gonna talk about what Kelvin Sampson said to Tracy Wolfson after the game, after they won at Houston. And it was like, "Don't sleep on Houston. Don't sleep on Houston." It's like they don't sleep on Houston. Even though I did better than ChatGPT, once again, don't sleep on Houston. The dude won $1 million using AI. But I beat AI, Rick Shade. Hi, me! Who do you think you are? I am! Alright, it's time for On This Day in History. Alright, in 46 BC, the Battle of Thapsus, Julius Caesar defeats Cassius Metellus Scipio and Marcus Porcius Cato the Younger, near Thapsus in modern-day Tunisia. In 1453, Turkish forces under Sultan Mehmed II began the siege of the Byzantine Empire's capital, Constantinople, now Istanbul, which falls on May 29th, which you can find on History Marsh, by the way. You can see a lot of Mehmed II, and there's a lot of good Western Roman Empire, Eastern Roman Empire, Byzantine Empire, a lot of good documentaries or little shows that he does, or that channel does. And that's on YouTube, History Marsh, by the way. And 1652, Cape Colony, the first European settlement in South Africa, is established by the Dutch East Indian Company under John van Riebeeck. In 1917, the United States declares war on Germany and enters World War I on the side of the Allies. In 1994, plane carrying Rwandan President Juvenal Habyarimana and the Burundian President Cyprien Ntaryamira is shot down by surface-to-air missiles, abruptly ending peace negotiations and sparking the Rwandan genocide. Those responsible have never been identified. That's crazy. Let's look at some more events around the world. The Battle of Pollentia. 402, Roman army under Stilcho defeats the Visigoths under Alaric I, forcing Alaric to retreat from Italy. There were a lot of, the entire time that, you just sit there and watch History Marsh or, certain documentaries like his, or theirs, or whoever it is, because there's a bunch of people that do that channel. Many times as Rome, was on the verge of, losing Rome, where there's dudes were just in the country running around multiple times. Now this is granted, this is AD. This is towards the fall. But even when the Punic Wars, obviously, right? And then the Samnite Wars, right? Because it's literally inside your own country. But to be able to it's just, there were so many different wars where it's Rome was about to lose it. And had dudes in Rome, and they were just nah, just keep running around. They'll go lose 100,000 dudes and be we're going to find another army somehow. Cannae, or whatever is it? Cannae, when Hannibal killed, basically just destroyed the entire Roman army. It happened again. 100 years later. It wasn't even the same enemy. It happened to be an enemy of Teutons and the Cimbris. They sat there and annihilated another 100,000 dudes, and were massively outnumbered, or they outnumbered them something. But still, to be able to just do that again and be Rome's I ain't hear no bell. That's basically what Rome did every single year. Donation of Pippin in 774, Charlemagne confirms his father Pepin the Short's grant of land in 754 by the Pope of the territories belonging to Ravenna in central Italy. Let's see. In 1320, Scottish nobles reaffirmed their independence by signing the Declaration of Arbroath, addressed to Pope John the 22nd. King John I of Portugal in 1385, Portuguese Council of the Kingdom meets in Coimbra, declares John Master of the Order of Ease, the King John I of Portugal, and he probably was British. He was probably British. He probably had English descent. He probably was from like some other country, but yeah, he was the king of Portugal. Probably. Like, it's just like all that, like France, England, it's like during the 100 Years' War, where England pretty much had France for a little while, then ended up losing it. Like, they were all like married to each other, or they were all related in some sort of way. It's just crazy. Siege of Constantinople, of course, in 1453, fell on May 29th. We already said the Cape Colony. Carolina Charter in 1663. King of England Charles II signs the Carolina Charter, gifting land in the American Southeast to the 8 friends who have helped him regain the throne. France and Saxony sign an alliance in 1664. The rise of Thomas Pelham Hollis becomes British Minister of Foreign Affairs in 1724. The beard tax ends in 1772. Empress of Russia, Catherine the Great, ends the tax on men with beards enacted by Peter the Tsar the Great in 1698, which is hilarious. If you watch Catherine the Great, the show, they make fun of the beard tax. It's pretty funny. Dude like shaves and like cuts himself everywhere. Like, it's actually kind of a pretty good show. American Fur Company in 1808. John Jacob Astor incorporates the American Fur Company. Let's see here. Mormon Church forms in 1830. Joseph Smith and 5 others officially organized the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. The Mormon Church in Fayette, New York. Or is it Fayette? Fayette or Fayette? In 1843, William Wordsworth is appointed British Poet Laureate by Queen Victoria. Let's see. In 1859, U.S. recognizes liberal government in Mexico's War of Reform. Let's see. Joseph Smith III recreates the reorganized Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints by reorganizing the previous church organized by his father, Joseph Smith Jr. in 1860. In 1862, Battle of Shiloh, Union defeats Confederacy near Pittsburgh Landing, Tennessee. I'm going to go up there pretty soon, and I'm going to try to like record that and obviously have that maybe live too when I'm walking around. I think it'll be really fun. It's only like 2 hours away. And that happened, that the Union defeated the Confederacy near Pittsburgh Landing today in 1862. In 1865, Battle of High Bridge fought near Farmville, Virginia, Appomattox Campaign. Inconclusive result during the U.S. Civil War. Battle of Sailor's Creek in 1865 fought near the Farmville, Virginia, Appomattox Campaign. 1/4 of General Robert E. Lee's army cut off. Union victory during the U.S. Civil War. In 1866, Grand Army of the Republic forms in Decatur, Illinois by Dr. Benjamin F. Stevenson. Declaration of Berlin neutralizes Tonga in 1886. Let's see here. Jeffries versus Finnegan in 1900. James J. Jeffries KOs Jack Finnegan in one round for heavyweight boxing title. I feel like you had to talk like that. Oh, Jeffries and Finnegan in the 1900s KOs Jack Finnegan. 1890, French troops under Captain Archibald under Segu, West Sudan. First animated film in 1906. World's first animated cartoon is released. Humorous phases of funny faces by John Stewart Blackton. That's pretty cool. First credit union forms in the U.S. in 1909. Perry's Arctic expedition in 1909. Navigational errors discovered decades later in the travel log, likely to place the expedition a few miles short. Thought he was he was 3 miles short of the North Pole. General strike in 1990. Mahatma Gandhi organizes a general strike in India to protest the Rowlatt Acts, which allowed political cases to be tried without juries and internment without trial. Let's see. 4 planes leave Seattle on first successful around-the-world flight. Italy fascists received 65% of the vote of parliament in 1924. To force German evacuation of the Ruhr area, the French occupy Frankfurt, Darmstadt, and Hanau in 1920. 1917, though, I missed this. The United States declares war on Germany and enters World War I on the side of the Allies. So that happened today. On April 6th, in 1917, the United States declares war on Germany and enters the war on the side of the Allies. German parliament approves unrestricted submarine warfare in 1916. American Radio Relay League, organized for hams, founded in 1914. So ham radio founded in 1914. First transcontinental glider tow completed in 1930. A Connecticut Yankee. In 1931, a Connecticut Yankee films based on the novel by Mark Twain, directed by David Butler, starring Will Rogers, is released. In 1931, first broadcast of Little Orphan Annie on NBC Radio. In 1931, first Scottsboro, Alabama trial begins. 9 blacks accused of rape. They talk about that a lot. That's a huge thing here in Alabama. It's only about an hour and a half away. Hour away. Let's see. Great Britain and Poland signed military pact. 1939, U.S. And UK agree on joint control of Canton and Edinburgh in the Pacific. Teflon invented by American chemist Roy J. Plunkett at DuPont in 1938. Let's see. 1941, beginning of Operation Bestrafung. German bombers attack Belgrade. 17,000 die. British Major General Michael Gambier Perry captured in North Africa in 1941. 1941, German bombardment of Perez munitions ship explodes. 1941, Italian forces holding Addis Ababa surrendered to British and Ethiopian forces. 1943, British and U.S. armies link up in Africa during World War II. 1943, British offensive at Wadi Akarit in South Tunisia. 1943, Lou Janssen, leader of the illegal Dutch political party CPN, arrested. 1944, Jewish nursery at Ain, France, overrun by Nazis. 1945, Battle of Okinawa. Giant Japanese battleship Yamato heads to Okinawa with orders to beach herself and be destroyed defending the island. 1945, the Holocaust. Nazis began evacuating prisons from Buchenwald concentration camp. 1945, World War II. Dutch city of Coevorden freed from German occupation by Canadian forces. First Tony Award in 1947 for Arthur Miller. David Wayne and Patricia Neal win for theatrical achievements. Gonna keep going. These get kind of boring after a while. Some of them are kind of good. Some of them are kind of shitty. You see any that you like, let me know. Sports history, 1973, Roberto Clemente Day. Pittsburgh Pirates retire as number 21. And they took his number off. They took his number off of, like, the right field wall. And they put up, like, a beer ad. And I don't know if they moved it, but that was, like, a whole thing. I saw that on Twitter not too long ago. Today. It was like a whole thing. Let's see here. I had to sneeze. Sorry there. 1976, first quadraphonic movie track, Ladies and Gentlemen, the Rolling Stones. 1976. Gordie Howe completes his record 26th NHL season in 1980. Soccer ball juggled nonstop for 14 hours and 14 seconds in 1986. 1987 middleweight world boxing championship bout. Sugar Ray Leonard upsets marvelous Marvin Hagler at Caesars Palace in Paradise, Nevada. 1991 Argentine soccer star Diego Maradona suspended 15 months by Italian league for testing positive for cocaine use. Probably made him play better. First game at Camden Field, Baltimore, Maryland. Orioles beat Cleveland Indians 2-0 in 1992. I would love to go to that stadium. I'd love to go to Camden Field. 1994, Chuck Jones found guilty of breaking into beauty queen Marla Maples' home. 1992, voting begins on choice of Elvis Presley postage stamp. Now they have Betty White. Betty White is on a postage stamp. I wonder if they still have Elvis, or if they do. I don't know. Rwandan genocide in 1994. We talked about that earlier. Let's see. Star Trek premieres in 2009 by J.J. Abrams, a reboot. Chris Pine and Zachary Quinto. Sports history, Bayern Munich wins their 23rd German Bundesliga title with 6 games to spare. Thomas Müller actually just left after like 20 years of playing for Bayern Munich. He's gone. He said bye-bye. Don't know what he's going to do, but he's done. Let's see here. We don't really care. Let's see here. 2020, Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe Announces state of emergency in 7 prefectures and nearly 1 trillion stimulus package as COVID cases climb. COVID-19 cases climb. 2021, Jeff Bezos worth $177 million, tops Forbes billionaires list of 2,755 people, including a new entry, Kim Kardashian. Let's see here. Anything else? In 2023, the Guinness World Record for largest afro at 5 feet and 5 inches set for the 3rd time by Avon Dugas in Reserve, Louisiana. That is something that I need to copy and give to somebody later. That is hilarious. That's awesome. He's done it for except for the 3rd time. He had an afro that was 5 feet 5 inches. That's hilarious. That's wild. All right, so that was on this day in history. All right, we didn't do birthdays because birthdays are kind of boring, and you don't really find too many birthdays on here that you're like, oh yeah, I know that person. Because like a lot of them are just like, it's like biologists or artists, and it's like I don't know any of them. Merle Haggard, you know him. Billy D. Williams, you know him. So an actor and a screenwriter or a songwriter, you know these people. There's like some that you just like, you go through and you're like, I don't know. Tim Walz, he's 61 today. Paul Rudd, he's 56. So you do know some. You know Paul Rudd. When you get closer to the now, you know. Zach Braff, he's 50. The guy from Scrubs, he's 50. Paul Rudd's 56. Paul Rudd. Okay, well, you got to look at this. And I got they're 5 years apart. Paul Rudd, I know these are probably 2 different pictures too, but Paul Rudd's 56. Tim Walz is 61. I don't know if these pictures are the same time, but they're only 5 years apart. You know what I mean? It's only 5 years. And I know some people can look young, some people can look older. It just happens to be the same. Brett Boone, he's 1969. Zach Braff is 50, and he looks older than Paul Rudd, at least in this picture. These got to be at a different time. They have to be. There's no way. They have to be at a different time. All right, so we're done. Thank you so much for listening to the Total Chad Sports Podcast. I appreciate everyone being over here and enjoying everything that I've been trying to throw at you. We've had a lot of good time with the chat. Rick Shade. We had JP. We had Steele. We've had a few people in the chat today being able to be a part of the channel, be a part of the podcast. You can be a part of the podcast if you just hit up, like, and subscribe on the YouTube. You can also follow us on Twitch, and you can find us there, twitch.tv/Coach Grizzle, youtube.com/@CoachGrizzleTV. And you can be a part of the chat. You can find out when we go live. And you can watch the channel on your TV. You can watch the channel on your smart tablet device, on your phone. You can do all those types of things. It's really cool to be able to put it on the big screen and be able to kind of see me and kind of see the channel and see your comments on the big screen. So thank you so much again, everybody, for being a part of it. I'm gonna get out of here, and I appreciate everyone once again. Make sure you hit us up on all social medias: TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Straight Flexin'. Facebook's TikTok, @Coach Grizzle, @Coach Grizzle TV, @Guasney Chad. You can find us all there. Thank you so much again. We will come back with another Total Chad Sports Podcast real soon. Make sure that if you donate to the channel, please do it at any time on any kind of, either we're going to do Cash App or Venmo. You do @Mass Braves, $Coach Grizzle. So there's a lot of ways to be able to donate to the stream. But if you're going to donate and you want to donate to something more, donate to your local Greater Humane Society, go to your local shelter, donate to the ones that are less fortunate, because that's what we do it for. That's what we continue to strive for. That's what we continue to promote ourselves for. And we want to be able to continue to do that. We want to be able to give back as well. So thank you so much again. Everyone have a good rest of their day. I'm out. Peace.